they're probably going to show some of the folks that eventually parlayed, being a blacksmith into doing things later in life. But the reality is, all of that is rooted in whatever is factual.
New reaction tonight from the Salt Lake branch of the NAACP on some of those comments made by Florida Governor Ron DeSantis when he was here in Utah on Friday.
DeSantis, who's running for president, was asked about a new curriculum in Florida that teaches slavery, but how he responded has sparked a political firestorm. Daniel Woodruff covering DeSantis' stop here in Utah on Friday and live at the Capitol tonight. Daniel.
Yeah, those comments from DeSantis here on Capitol Hill are being condemned by House Democrats and now today by a local civil rights advocate. But we're also hearing today from some of those Republican lawmakers who stood with DeSantis as he spoke here.
We are proud to see all the great work that Utah's done.
When Florida Governor Ron DeSantis was asked at the Utah State Capitol about controversy over his state's education guidelines, he defended them.
These are the most robust standards in African American history, probably anywhere in the country.
But one part of that curriculum is sparking criticism, noting that slaves developed skills which in some instances could be applied for their personal benefit.
I think that they're probably going to show some of the folks that eventually parlayed being a blacksmith into doing things later in life. But the reality is, all of that is rooted in whatever is factual.
We don't agree with anything what he said.
Janetta Williams is president of the Salt Lake branch of the NAACP.
It wasn't a benefit to the slaves at that time. And for people to just want to erase history is a total, disgrace to the history and to my ancestors.
She says she wants Republican lawmakers who stood with DeSantis to denounce the comments. One of those lawmakers, Republican Senator John Johnson, told me, "I abhor the idea that slaves benefited from slavery." But when I asked if that impacts his support of DeSantis for president, he didn't respond. On Twitter, Senator Todd Weiler called slavery reprehensible and told me this after DeSantis's event on Friday.
So I certainly don't support any policy that tries to justify slavery, and I don't think Governor DeSantis does either.
And Utah Senate President Stuart Adams told me today in a statement that he hasn't reviewed Florida's education guidelines, but he says he believes that American history should be taught, highlighting America's highs and lows, as well as the opportunities available in this country. Adams told me today that DeSantis remains his choice for president. Live at the state capitol, Daniel Woodruff, KUTV 2 News.